The Shattered Citadel. In the aftermath of the once mighty empire's collapse, the land lay in ruins, its once prosperous cities reduced to mere shadows of their former glory. The air hung heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the distant cries of the horde that had brought about the world's downfall. The survivors, those who had managed to evade the clutches of the goblins, orcs, and harpies, now eked out a meager existence in the desolate remnants of civilization. In the heart of this desolation stood a city that had once been a beacon of prosperity, a place now known as the Shattered Citadel. Its towering spires, once symbols of power and opulence, now stood as jagged reminders of a forgotten era. Within the city's dilapidated walls, a diverse group of survivors struggled to coexist in a world that seemed determined to erase any trace of their former lives. At the center of the Shattered Citadel, a reluctant leader emerged. Elara, a former scholar with a keen understanding of ancient magic, found herself thrust into a role she never desired. Her once vibrant spirit had been tempered by the harsh realities of the new world, where survival meant making difficult choices and sacrifices. The survivors, a motley crew of warriors, mages, and rogues, had forged an uneasy alliance under Elara's leadership. Among them was Calder, a grizzled veteran whose haunted eyes told stories of battles fought and lost. There was also Lyra, a rogue with a mysterious past, and Thorn, a disgraced mage whose powers bordered on the forbidden. As the Shattered Citadel faced incessant attacks from the horde, Elara discovered an ancient prophecy that spoke of a relic hidden deep within the city, a relic said to possess the power to turn the tide of the war. Desperation and hope intertwined as Elara and her companions embarked on a perilous quest to locate the artifact. Their journey led them through the twisted, labyrinthine streets of the once great city, where danger lurked in every shadow. Along the way, they encountered remnants of the Empire's dark past, cursed beings, and malevolent spirits seeking revenge for long-forgotten sins. As the group delved deeper into the secrets of the Shattered Citadel, they discovered that the true source of the Horde's power was a malevolent force that had manipulated the Empire's downfall. Unraveling the mysteries of ancient magic and confronting their own inner demons, Elara and her companions faced a choice: succumb to the darkness that threatened to consume them or rise above it and forge a new destiny. In a climactic battle against the Horde's leaders, Elara unleashed the hidden power of the relic, revealing a force that transcended the boundaries of magic and reality. The Shattered Citadel trembled as the ancient magic clashed with the malevolent force, reshaping the world in a cataclysmic finale. In the aftermath, the survivors emerged from the ruins, their world forever altered. The Shattered Citadel, once a symbol of defeat, now stood as a testament to resilience and rebirth. The survivors, scarred but unbroken, began the arduous task of rebuilding, a task made easier by the newfound unity forged in the crucible of their shared ordeal. Yet, as the survivors looked to the horizon with a glimmer of hope, whispers of lingering darkness hinted at challenges yet to come. The twisted fantasy world, scarred by the sins of the past, awaited the next chapter of its tumultuous history. The aftermath of the cataclysmic battle left the survivors grappling with unforeseen consequences. The ancient magic unleashed by Elara and the relic had not only repelled the horde, but had also awakened dormant forces that lay buried beneath the Shattered Citadel. Unbeknownst to the survivors, the city itself was a sentient entity, of being of immense power that had long slumbered beneath the layers of stone and ruin. The awakened entity, known as the Citadel's Heart, began to assert its influence over the survivors. It communicated with Elara through cryptic dreams, revealing that its awakening was both a curse and a blessing. The Citadel's Heart offered guidance, promising to aid the survivors in rebuilding their world, but it demanded a steep price: the souls of the fallen, in exchange for its protection. As Elara grappled with the ethical dilemma, tensions rose among the survivors. Some saw the Citadel's Heart as their savior, a means to ensure their survival in a world still fraught with danger. Others, however, viewed it as a malevolent force preying on their vulnerabilities and manipulating their destinies. Meanwhile, Calder began experiencing visions that seemed to connect him to an ancient warrior from the Empire's past. The warrior, known as Arian the Unyielding, had once wielded a legendary blade capable of sealing the powers of the Citadel's Heart. Determined to uncover the truth, Calder embarked on a solitary quest, tracing the footsteps of Arian through long-forgotten battlefields and ancient tombs. Lyra, too, found herself drawn into a web of intrigue as her mysterious past caught up with her. A clandestine organization, remnants of the Empire's intelligence network, sought her out, revealing that she was once an agent tasked with uncovering the Empire's darkest secrets. Now, they believed she held the key to understanding the true nature of the Citadel's Heart. As Elara grappled with the moral quandary of dealing with the sentient entity, Thorn delved deeper into forbidden magic to unlock the secrets of the relic. In his obsession, he inadvertently tapped into a dark force, awakening ancient guardians that lurked within the city's depths, shadowy creatures bound by an oath to protect the Citadel's Heart at any cost. The survivors found themselves caught in a web of conflicting loyalties, mystical revelations, and shifting alliances. The line between friend and foe blurred as the true nature of the Shattered Citadel and its heart became increasingly enigmatic. The once clear goal of rebuilding now seemed entangled with the threads of destiny, propelling the survivors toward an uncertain future, fraught with peril and unpredictable twists. In the looming shadows of the Shattered Citadel, a new chapter unfolded, one where the boundaries between good and evil, loyalty and betrayal, magic and reality, were destined to collide in a twisted dance of fate. As the survivors grappled with the complex forces at play within the Shattered Citadel, humanity began to rally against the remnants of the Horde. News of a small keep with fortified walls reached the survivors, a beacon of hope in the midst of the chaos. Determined to reclaim a semblance of normalcy, Elara and her companions set their sights on this newfound refuge. The keep, known as Ironhaven, stood as a testament to humanity's resilience. Its towering walls and well-defended gates provided a rare sanctuary in a world overrun by chaos. The survivors envisioned Ironhaven as the cornerstone of their resistance, a place where they could regroup, strategize, and launch counterattacks against the lingering threats. As the survivors approached Ironhaven, they encountered resistance from various factions within the city. Some viewed the keep as a symbol of authority that threatened their newfound freedom, while others were skeptical of the survivors' intentions, suspecting hidden agendas. Elara, with her burdened conscience and desire for redemption, faced the daunting task of earning the trust of Ironhaven's inhabitants. Within the fortified walls, a council of leaders presided over the keep's affairs. Among them was Captain Renauld, a grizzled veteran with a reputation for shrewd decision-making, and Lady Seraphina, a noblewoman who had witnessed the fall of the empire from the safety of her privileged life. The council, initially skeptical of the newcomers, tested the survivors with challenges and trials to prove their worth. As humanity made its stand within the walls of Ironhaven, the Citadel's heart continued to exert its influence over Elara. The entity offered visions of a powerful artifact hidden within the keep, an artifact that could either turn the tide definitively or plunge the world into greater chaos. The survivors found themselves torn between the promise of salvation and the risks of embracing the Citadel's heart. Calder's quest to uncover the secrets of Arion the Unyielding led him to a hidden chamber within Ironhaven where the legendary blade awaited. However, wielding the weapon came at a cost, as the spirit of Arion demanded a pact that would bind Calder to a destiny far greater than his own. Lyra's past caught up with her as the intelligence organization from the Empire sought her expertise to decipher ancient texts that held the key to controlling the Citadel's heart. The organization, driven by its own motives, sought to harness the entity's power for their gain, regardless of the consequences. In the midst of these challenges, the survivors faced an imminent threat: the Horde, led by a cunning warlord who sought to crush the resistance at Ironhaven. The fortified walls that had once seemed impregnable now faced the ultimate test as the survivors united to defend their newfound sanctuary. As the battle for Ironhaven unfolded, the survivors grappled with the choices before them. Loyalties were tested, alliances strained, and the true nature of the relics, the Citadel's heart, and the ancient magic became entwined in a tapestry of destiny. The twisted dark fantasy continued to unravel, revealing that the path to redemption and salvation was fraught with sacrifice and unforeseen consequences. The battle for Ironhaven raged on, the clash of steel against steel echoing through the once quiet halls of the keep. The survivors fought side by side, their resolve bolstered by the hope that Ironhaven could become a bastion against the relentless tide of darkness. Elara, burdened by the whispers of the Citadel's heart, stood at the forefront, her mastery of ancient magic serving as a beacon of inspiration. Calder, wielding the legendary blade of Arion the Unyielding, faced the warlord in single combat. The ethereal spirit of Arion guided Calder's every move, but the cost of the pact weighed heavily on his soul. With each strike, memories of Arion's own battles, his victories, and his ultimate sacrifice flooded Calder's consciousness. Lyra, forced to confront her ties to the intelligence organization, navigated the delicate balance between loyalty to the survivors and the organization's relentless pursuit of power. In a pivotal moment, she chose to share the knowledge hidden within the ancient texts, hoping that the survivors could wield the Citadel's heart responsibly. As the warlord's forces pressed against Ironhaven's defenses, Thorn harnessed the forbidden magic to channel the relic's power. Unleashing a surge of ancient energy, he created a barrier that repelled the invaders temporarily. Yet, the dark forces within the city stirred, sensing an opportunity to exploit the chaos. In the heart of Ironhaven, Elara confronted the entity within the Citadel's heart. The being revealed its true nature, a confluence of ancient energies, memories, and the remnants of the once mighty empire's collective consciousness. The entity sought redemption, longing for release from its eternal slumber, but it demanded a final sacrifice to sever the ties that bound it to the physical realm. With the warlord closing in, the survivors faced a dire choice: embrace the power of the Citadel's heart, sacrificing one of their own to fulfill the entity's final request, or reject its influence, risking the fall of Ironhaven and the resurgence of darkness across the land. In a moment of selflessness, Calder, guided by the spirit of Arion, volunteered to be the sacrifice. As the ancient blade plunged into his heart, a blinding burst of light enveloped Ironhaven. The warlord's forces recoiled, stunned by the unexpected turn of events. As the light faded, Ironhaven stood, battered but unbroken. The Citadel's heart, released from its ethereal prison, whispered its gratitude to Elara and the survivors. The entity's essence dissipated, leaving behind a sense of closure and a promise of a new era. The survivors, now united by their shared sacrifice, looked upon the reclaimed keep with a mix of sorrow and hope. Ironhaven became a symbol of humanity's resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit that could rise from the ashes of despair. The twisted dark fantasy, though marked by tragedy and sacrifice, hinted at the potential for redemption and a glimmer of light in the shadowy tapestry of their world. The survivors, their destinies forever altered, faced an uncertain future with newfound strength and a solemn resolve to rebuild what was lost.